Today we celebrate one of our great and famous Franciscans, Blessed John Duns Scotus. From his name, John Duns Scotus, comes the word dunce, because he was such a genius that people didn't understand him and he thought he was a dunce, when in fact they were the dunces. Scotus because he came from Scotland, so let's have a drink on John. He is one of the most influential Franciscans down through the centuries. Came from a wealthy farming family. He received the habit of the friars minor at Dumfries, where his uncle Elias Duns was superior, and after being a novice, he studied in Oxford and Paris and was ordained in 1291, then went to Paris until 1297 and returned to lecture at Oxford and Cambridge. 4 years later, he returned to Paris to teach and complete the requirements for his doctorate. In an age when many people adopted whole systems of thought without qualification, John was able to point out the richness of the Augustinian Franciscan tradition, appreciated the wisdom of Thomas Aquinas, Aristotle, and the Muslim philosophers, and still managed to be called an independent thinker. And that was proven in 1303 when King Philip tried to enlist the University of Paris on his side in a dispute with Pope Boniface VIII. Scotus dissented and was given 3 days to leave France. In Scotus' time, some philosophers held that people are basically determined by forces outside themselves, and that free will is an illusion. An ever-practical man, Scotus said that if you started beating someone who denied free will, the person would immediately tell him to stop. But if Scotus didn't really have free will, how could he stop? John had a knack for finding illustrations the students could remember. After a short stay in Oxford, Scotus returned to Paris, where he received his doctorate in 1305. He continued teaching there and so ably defended the Immaculate Conception of Mary that the university officially adopted his position. You know what he taught about the Immaculate Conception? Because everybody was arguing about who was right. So he came up with the very convincing argument. Potuit, decuit, ergo fecit. You'll see it in one of the photos in this video. Potuit, God was able to do it. Decuit, it was right that he should make Mary immaculate from the moment of her conception. And fecit, therefore, he did it. Potuit, decuit, ergo fecit. He could do it. It was right that he should do it. And by golly, he did it. So, drawing on the work of Scotus, Pope Pius IX solemnly defined the Immaculate Conception in 1854. And Scotus is called the Doctor Subtilis, the subtle doctor. God bless him, another saint. Hopefully we can achieve that glory one day, even if it's not known by others. It's important that our holiness be known to God. Fidelity, that's how it happens. Fidelity, high fidelity.